Hey nurses, welcome back to my channel. I am Nurse Meg from Nurse Meg RN, and I want to talk all about the TEAS test. So I know a lot of you are struggling to choose nursing and get into nursing school, and now they've introduced an entrance exam, which is the TEAS test. Now they can vary from school to school, these types of entrance exams, but if it is the TEAS test, it's the most common one. I would love to help you out, okay? So I am developing a course, so you may see a link below for that. I also have a really cool checklist that's totally free. It's called the Nursing School Checklist, and it helps you organize your options for nursing school. So like it'll give you, like you can write the name of the school, how much the tuition is, if they have an entrance exam, how much the application fee is, what their prerequisites are. So it kind of gives you like a little bit of an organizational way to put your top schools in order. And I do suggest that you put the cheapest schools first because it's not fun to graduate and be in a bunch of debt, right? So that's how I want to help you. So if you want to look down below for that free printable, go for it. Now let's talk more about the TEAS. The TEAS is pretty standardized testing. It's very similar to like a GED or the ACT, and it is heavy on science, English, reading, and math. Those are like the four main subjects, and it's kind of just, are you ready to enter this healthcare allied program? Is really what it's testing. And I know people get really freaked out about standardized testing, and I really want to teach you more than just content. You need to know how to lower your anxiety and test taking strategies. All right, so I'm going to talk a little bit about that with you in this video. Now this test is about 3.5 hours. It's comprised of 170 questions, but only 20 questions are not going to count to your final score. It's kind of like a pre-test, so you can get used to like the standardized test and what questions are to be asked, and they're totally not scored. So it's going to cover basic reading, like grammar rules, stuff like that, reading comprehension, very basic science, math. I want to explain it's like basic middle school, high school stuff that you may have forgotten, things like prepositions and stuff that we just need to review. I will review all of this in my course, but that's really what it is. It's really basic, and I think if you just review the basic information and bring it to the forefront, you'll remember it from middle school and high school and some from elementary school, and you'll do just fine. Now, knowing the content isn't all that you need to do for standardized testing. You really need to have some anti-anxiety techniques and know some test strategy. So let's talk about that a little bit. When you are setting yourself up to study, I want you to study 30 minutes to 2 hours for 2 to 3 solid weeks. Every single day, do not skip a day. The consistency is what is important. It's what's gonna help you to actually remember these things and keep it nice and fresh. Do not skip a day. Do not skip a day. Every day you should be doing some sort of lecture content and maybe a little bit of practice questions. There's tons of free TEAS test prep questions that you can do. And then you need to be practicing some sort of meditation or breathing exercise before you are studying, during, and sometimes after if you're feeling like, oh, this is overwhelming, or I'm getting anxious with this type of content. So this is my favorite breathing exercise. I like to call it the 4 square method. So you're gonna draw a square, and every time you're drawing a line of the square, it's gonna be 4 seconds. So the first 4 seconds, you're gonna be breathing in. So breathe in for 4 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then you're gonna hold it. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then you're gonna breathe out. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then you're gonna hold it there. 1, 2, 3, 4. Until you've done the whole square. Do it as many times as you need to lower your heart rate, and you're gonna start to feel yourself feeling less anxious. Do this during the test as well. Every 5 questions, take a break, close your eyes, do your breathing exercise, and then come back to the test refreshed, okay? You have plenty of time, I promise. You're not gonna use all 3.5 hours. You have plenty of time, so take your time with the questions. Now let's talk a little bit about test strategy. I won't give away all of my secrets because I put a lot of work into this little course, but here's some basic test strategy that I can help you with. Words like all, never, always, you need to eliminate those as possible wrong answers. Okay, anything that is like exclusionary, you can eliminate that as a wrong answer. Life is never exclusionary. Also, the shortest answers are usually wrong. Always eliminate the wrong answers first. It'll help you navigate to the right answer. If you read the question and you don't understand what they're asking, look at the options like A, B, C, D, and try to sort of deduct what they're asking by the options. If there's two options, like let's say B and D, are like the same answer but reworded, eliminate them both as wrong answers. Little things like that can really help navigate to the right answer if you don't necessarily know it right off the bat. The next big thing that I can tell you is you need to be trusting your intuition. This is something you need to be practicing in your 2 to 3 weeks of studying. While you're doing practice, trust your intuition, connect with your intuition. You have the information stored there, you just need to be able to access it. And when you do, pick the answer and keep moving. Do not second guess yourself, don't mull over it, don't change all your answers. Go with your gut, okay? And then before you take the test, at least 24 hours before, you really need to be getting a ton of water, a ton of sleep. I mean, not a ton, like an adequate amount, about 8 hours, if you can budget for that. And then eat really, really well. Do not eat processed foods or energy drinks or too much caffeine. That's going to require a lot of your body's energy to metabolize and digest those things, okay? So eat some green leafy vegetables, eat some really healthy fats like nuts, avocados, things with omega-3 like salmon, and whole grains, things like quinoa and stuff like that, to really feed your body well, so you have all the possible fuel to access all the memories that you have stored away and be able to dump it down on the test. All right, so I don't want to give away too much because my course really is all-encompassing and super helpful if you are studying for the TEAS. So there's my like ESPN in a nutshell version of how you should be approaching the TEAS test. So good luck. I'm really rooting for you. We really need a lot more nurses. If you need any other help regarding nursing school or even just becoming a nurse, all stages of nursing, I know I have some resource for you for free. So go to my website, nursemegrn.com, and go explore and see all of the resources that I have for you. I really have a passion for creating more nurses and revolutionizing this next generation. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you on the next video. Bye.